This is an episode of Shmuel's Trains, a program designed to help model railroaders who are having fun with Lionel technology. Now, this is my layout. It's the most I can fit into a one-bedroom apartment in Florida. It's pretty complicated, but it's not that big. I bought a Legacy 900 controller a couple weeks ago and learned how to program in my switches. And generally had good success, although I did have to tear apart 3 of the switches and do repairs, one of which the program key didn't work on. To program a switch, you press the little dot, right here. You hold it down for 5 seconds. The lamp flashes. You program the switch with your Legacy 900 controller remote. This process went well, besides the fact that I had to open up several switches and actually solder one so its program switch would actually activate. Yes, quality assurance at Lionel products was not at the level of, say, Toyota with cars. But it worked. On my Legacy controller, I press switch 9. This is switch 9 right here. I press straight or curve, straight, curve, straight, curve, straight, curve. Works well. Ran into a problem here with switch number 14. Press the button, nothing happens. Press the button, nothing happens. That's about 4 feet from the remote. You'd figure we'd have the signal transmission, but maybe not. I brought the switch over here to my lab, which is right next to the controller. Jumpered it into the track with this alligator clip. My color coding is backwards. Red is power to the diesel, power to the locos. Center, black is outer rail. Switch worked right over here. Didn't work good. Didn't work no matter what I did, placing it where it needed to be in the layout. So I read about the feature you can change the channels. I thought about trying to change the channels, and eventually I will test this theory. But what I did instead was I extended the antenna. I got this little wire here, which goes right up into the switch. Direct connect to the antenna of the Legacy 900 base station. All right, I'm going to cut and come back with the Apple phone light on. You see here a wire, 16 gauge speaker wire that I used to connect and extend the range of the base station antenna. So all that's left now, I renamed the switch 34 because I was concerned that there was a programming problem that I had made in position 14. So I'm going to leave it as 34 because the number is ingrained into my brain right now. So we press switch 34, 34, fat fingers. We see that the position is straight, so we take curve, straight, curve, straight. Let's focus the camera one more time. Curve, straight, curve, straight. Problem solved. Amazing what you have to do to make Lionel technology work, but it works. There's nothing like proof that we did a job right. So I decided to, instead of publishing the video, go through a information technology like test. And this is information technology we're working with here on the switches and see how they're operating. The first switch we're going to test is switch 2, which we will send our Pennsylvania passenger plane down in order to have it be clear of other switches. So we press SW 2, and the switch automatically went, based on commands, into the correct mode. We'll now send our Pennsylvania passenger plane down the road. Put it into forward gear. While that's taking place, we'll test other switches. Switch 6. This is going to be an interesting operation because it's going to take 2 hands to validate this. Switch 6. Tested successfully. We have little notes here. We got switch 4 is the upper switch of these 2 switches that are on top of each other. So we're going to go to switch 4 next. And remotely works. Switch 3. The lower switch, so 2 switches that are practically on top of each other. Just get you a good view. Straight, turn. Now, one of the more problematic switches, our corner switch, switch 11. Straight, reverse. We'll do the upper switches first. Switch 9. Works by remote control. Last of the upper level switches, I believe, has a train sitting on it, so we're going to go on and have to cut away as we figure out why the train stalled. But we've got 4 switches down here to test. We got the one fixed by this video, switch 34. Takes a while to type it right in sometimes. He's straight now. We're going to go to curved, straight. Got switch number 13. Hard to view it sometimes. Curved, straight, curved, straight. You can see the lantern on that one moving. This is switch 24, which took some amount of diagnosis to get it to work. I'm going to get the lantern in the shot. 24, we pipe into the switch picker. You see it move. This switch is switch number 15. And we'll see him move too. Curve, straight. Now we've got the internal switches. We've got switch number 16 right here. Yes, you helps type it into the controller first. Curve, straight. Very hard to see. You got switch number 17 here. But we're going to try and get you a view of it. Type it in. Try not to drop the iPhone. Remotely triggered it as well. Switch number 18 is going to be a very hard view. And last but not least, switch number 19. Straight, curve, straight. And now we fade to black, as we have got to figure out why a tray installed in order to test the last switch. This is occupado right now. Last but not least, our switch number 5. We test it going to curve mode, straight mode, curve. And there it goes now. Every once in a while, this little switch seems to like get hung up. I think there may be a physical problem with it. But usually a manual flip through clears it out pretty well. So that covers every switch we have in this 16-foot by 4-foot layout. All switches are remote. There is a non-command version of a left-hand switch that doesn't respond. It's an older model. I got it inexpensively on eBay. It has to be switched manually because it doesn't have the computer hardware necessary to interact with a Legacy 990 controller. But still, fairly good work. There's lots of work left to do in this layout. Don't think that there's not. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of derailment spots, especially this Pennsylvania passenger train has got a good record of stopping. But all in all, Lionel technology works, requires a little bit of troubleshooting, but does work. And consider this a progress report.